Hey everybody. Hi. Welcome. Come on in. Hope you've all had a really great weekend. I want to hear where you're watching from. I always find that really fun to see where we're all watching from. Hey everyone. Chikiro, David. Hey City Flyer. Hey Bobby. Hey, thanks for sharing, Bobby. Scotland. That's so cool. How about you? So I got Facebook, Periscope, and Instagram right now. Hey, Angela, Richard, happy Monday. Yes, it's Monday, and that's why we do McKellar Motivational Monday. Every Monday we get together and we talk about something that we think is going to make our week better, get more insight into ourselves, and all the rest of it. And I am not driving the car. I'm in the back seat. So just so you know. Connecticut, another Scotland, that's amazing. Your living room, that's very specific. Thank you. Nancy, you're watching me in a Hallmark movie now. Oh, yeah. Perfect Match is on right now, I think. It's funny. Hey, everyone. Boston. Somebody just said they haven't been on my scopes in a while, and I just missed it. I'm random with them. Yes, I am a little bit random because, you know, schedules are tough, and so I just try to fit it in wherever I can because I don't want to miss it. Oh, thank you, Rob. New Jersey, England, Mexico. So cool. Life is treating me great, Sean. You know, what do they say? I could complain, but I won't because there's so much to be grateful for. It's Jackie Robinson Day. I did not know that. Oh, Keenan, you're the one. Hey, Keenan, good to see you. So, I've not seen anything about Paris, and that makes me really nervous when, like, two people are talking about Paris, like something bad happened there, and that makes me kind of nervous. I don't even know if I want to know. We were going to talk about judgment today. Why are we so quick to judge? Should we judge other people? I mean, the Bible says don't judge other people. And what is the wisdom in that? Deepak Chopra, one of my favorite gurus, and he wrote one of my favorite books in the whole world, 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. He talks about non-judgment because it creates, Notre Dame chapel's on fire. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh my goodness. Jeez. Well, let's all send some prayers right now. I'm not driving. No, I'm not. Okay. Right now, you guys, just take a moment and picture peace and, oh my goodness, I can't even imagine. Oh, wow. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Just picture people being okay, and remember, if it's I don't even have anything positive to say about Notre Dame on fire. Oh wow, 50%. Jeez. All right, I'll go check that out later. There's no injuries? Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, that's great. Thank you guys for telling me about what's going on in Paris and for letting me know that nobody got hurt. I'm sorry, passionate singer. I know I'm trying to reach more of you guys than I can with just one streaming. So, no fatalities, no injuries. That's great. I mean, that's great. Anyway, so back to judgment. Yeah, people say that judgment is unhealthy in general, and yet so many of us do it without even realizing it sometimes. And the way I like to think about it is judging other people. There's a certain amount of evaluation that is healthy. As we're growing up, we look at people, what they do. Is that the kind of thing I want to do? Yes or no? Does that fit in my life? And so you can judge, you can use that word, you can judge whether or not you want to integrate something into your life. But is it a judgment or is that just a decision? So maybe we should just talk about judgment in terms of saying, that person's bad. Right, Dan. Judge not, lest ye be judged. And what does that mean? What does it mean not to judge, lest ye be judged? Does it mean that if you judge other people that they're going to judge you? I mean, maybe. But I actually think what it means, and someone told me this years ago, and it really hit home, that if you judge other people, that critical voice, the voice that gets on its high horse and says, well, I actually feel better about myself right now because look at that person. I'm not doing what they're doing and I'm so much better. And when you do that and you've got that critic, you're making that critic stronger in your own head. And then when you make a mistake, when we make a mistake, that same critical voice is going to apply to you. You can't escape it. And I think that's what the quote really means. Because other people are going to, other people are going to judge you based on their own life experiences. They're going to judge you. I mean, yeah, if you judge them, I guess they're going to judge you back. But I don't think what the quote means. I think it's really about yourself. Actions can be bad, but we are not empowered to ever judge anyone. And so I did a hashtag, I think, on Facebook, because Periscope wouldn't let me, and this doesn't let me do it at all. Hashtag stone throwing. There's this thing I think is going on, and let me know what you guys think about it. That a sequel to Crown for Christmas? Well, a lot of people have asked about that, but we already got together, and so that's the thing. Well, that's an interesting way to say it, to put it, nefarious. You never judge because who am I to do so? Right. So stone throwing, I mean, that's another reference to the Bible because there are a lot of great messages in the Bible. Whether or not you're a religious person, and I don't really consider myself to be a religious person, but there's so many great lessons. So if we judge, right, don't throw stones if you live in a glass house. That's the other one. But Jesus has said to have said, he who has never sinned, cast the first stone. So I think we've got a lot of stone throwers online. There's a lot of stone throwing going online. You don't like to judge because you're also flawed. Right. Exactly. No one can hurt your feelings without your permission, Ben. Yes, that's true. No judgment of others. I like that hashtag, Steve. Any judgment is always wrong. You never really know what someone's going through, Rosario. That is very, very true. Your husband says people in glass houses should not throw stones. I don't think anybody should throw stones. Because let's face it, when you're online, you can be anonymous. You're not really in a glass house then, right? And those are the people who are throwing the most stones. Those are the people saying, who are we going after next? Oh, that one? Cool. And then let's feel all self-righteous and retweet stuff that we don't even know if it's true or not. And let's just trample and kick someone when they're down. Even when we don't know the full story. Yes, those online judges are definitely often most anonymous. Draco's doing great. Thank you for asking, Keenan. Stone throwers are signs of insecurity. Yeah, I mean, you could put them in the same category as trolls, but I actually don't think that that's the case. To me, trolls are people online who are using their anonymity to just be mean, just in general. Just be mean. Stone throwers, on the other hand, in my opinion, are the ones who go with the crowd. There's some big thing going on where everyone's criticizing somebody. They go with the crowd and throw stones. So that actually, and they might not even be anonymous, but they feel okay and justified in doing so because everyone else is doing it. Right, Joyce, I agree. There's always a story behind an individual. There's always more to it. And I feel like when people are throwing stones, that maybe what they're really doing is they're throwing stones at the principle of an idea. But what they're really, and that's in their head what they're doing. But unfortunately, they're actually throwing stones at that person. People in pain create pain. That's true. Stone throwers is a mob mentality. And I would invite you to consider, when we label something, then we can talk about it. And the idea of stone throwing, I believe, is something, it's a hashtag perhaps that we can start using to say, well, let's not engage in stone throwing. And I'm not saying we should start calling people stone throwers, because that's also negative and judgmental and everything. But I feel like, yes, judge not lest ye be judged, William, exactly. We should not judge, and yet, what do we see online? What do we see all the toxic stuff that people are retweeting and feeling all self-righteous about? So how can we help people to not, because I feel like you guys who are all like, oh, I'm not the one driving, Roy, don't worry. Yes, hashtag stone throwing. Thank you, P. Berrigan. I feel like, how can we help people to not so easily slip it? Because these are good people. Good people are doing this. They're not trolls. They think they're right. They think they're doing the right thing. You know, I think sometimes it disguises itself as social justice warriors. You know, where you get so impassioned because of a principle of a matter that you don't realize. Like, for example, the Me Too movement, an extremely important movement. There were some victims of it who were innocent, and they were accused of things and they lost their jobs without anyone asking any questions, for example. But there are a lot of examples. How do we help people not become stone throwers? How do we stop being stone throwers? How do we help people to recognize that stone throwing is a thing that's happening? It's good to pray for those who judge us, absolutely. For whatever judgment, whatever judgment you judge, you will be judged. Yes, and I really believe that means if we become critical people, if we let ourselves judge others, especially rushing to judgment, which also is a thing, then that same critical voice will absolutely apply to ourselves, from ourselves. And that's when you get insecurities, self-doubt, a lot of negativity towards yourself, that tape that we run in our own heads. And I think that part of healing that, all that negativity stuff that we were told when we were kids, just negative things, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not a good person, whatever it is, we can start to heal that by making sure not to engage in stone throwing or judgment of any kind. So let's make a pact, you guys. We're going to heal ourselves and also be nicer to others at the same time by not engaging in that kind of judgment and not engaging in stone throwing. When the crowd is criticizing somebody, maybe take a moment to question that. Not join the crowd. Not join the mob mentality. Think for ourselves. Do our own research. And then evaluate, sure. But then even if we find out the worst, judging others is such a drain and a bad practice for our heads to get into. So that is what I will leave you with this week. I appreciate all of you is ignoring this stuff. I feel like we need to, it's complete mob mentality, I agree. One simple question, help me understand where you're coming from. Yes, exactly. Danica for president, thank you, but that seems like a big mess. I like to do what I know is positive. I can talk with you guys, I can write my math books, help kids for real. Right, judging others doesn't make you, well, judging other people does tend to make some people feel better about themselves, but it's a trick, because then that same judgment, you will apply it to yourself at some later point. It'll bite you. Being nice costs nothing. Being nice costs nothing, but it does take effort, because it's easy for us to slip into judgment. So you guys, try your best not to judge other people. Let's do that this week. Let's make that our pledge. And I have to run. I appreciate you so much. Let's not judge ourselves. Let's give ourselves a chance by not judging others. Okay? I'm on the right side of the car. Everything gets flipped, I think. All right. Thank you so much for all your follows, all your shares. I appreciate you all so much. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you on with all my posts that I do throughout the week. Thank you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thanks for watching the Danicam. Bye.